I want to share some final reflections from my experience at Survivor Michigan. I wrote them out to communicate my thoughts as clearly as possible. So to begin, I have some thank yous. To Jack and Sarah, I'm glad that Sarah suggested that we start this podcast over 4 years ago. I treasure every memory of our silly inside jokes and insider info. This podcast has kept us connected over the years, and for that, I am grateful. To Ian, you poured your heart and soul into Survivor Michigan. Rather than copying CBS Survivor or other college survivors on YouTube, you made something new. It's rare to find an artist with the talent and bravery to create something unapologetically unique. It's even more rare to find someone who's willing to sacrifice years of their free time to make it a reality. I'm so proud of what you accomplished. The curtain call at the end of the All-Stars finale was the most profoundly moving piece of media I've ever personally seen. To the Survivor Michigan community, you've evolved from strangers to competitors to production teammates to friends and to family. To the fans, you all contributed to the family as well. Whether you've seen one episode or you're a super fan, whether you've loved every season or you're a hater, the engagement has made all of the hard work worth it. And to my parents, thank you for supporting me and for watching the seasons. I owe you credit for inspiring me to live my life with excellence and honor God in all that I do. And I wrote a little reflection here that I'll just read off. My parents are day one Survivor fans who watch live since season 1, episode 1. Growing up, I was intrigued by the show that my parents watched religiously on Thursday nights. I was ecstatic in 6th grade when they finally let me stay up late on a school night and watch my first ever season of Survivor, which is Gabon, season 17. Really good if you haven't seen it. Go ahead and watch that one.
Sorry, real quick. That was also my first season. I remember us talking. Really? I think we talked about that in one of our first meetings. That was literally both of our first seasons. So sorry for interrupting the speech.
No, that's fine. That's great.
About that till right now.
Also, Maggie's been to Gabon, and wasn't our season kind of compared to Gabon a little bit?
Yeah.
A lot of Gabon. Yeah,
it's a lot of Gabon stuff.
Okay, sorry.
No, they're all good. So I instantly fell in love with the show and dreamt of competing one day. I came from a family of athletes and scholars. My mother's father was a college professor. My father's father played baseball for the Baltimore Orioles. So from an early age, I was taught to live my life with excellence. It was often referred to through sports cliches, such as to work hard, never give up, and winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. As a kid, I was shy and soft-spoken. I was often overlooked by my peers. I was more interested in art class than gym class, and I felt like I could never become a star college athlete like my father and my cousins. As I rode home from school on the bus, I would gaze out the window and fantasize about competing on Survivor. I visualized myself forming alliances, winning immunities, and shocking everyone as I won the title of Sole Survivor. Years later, I flipped on my television and watched myself compete on Survivor Michigan All-Stars. It was jarring to watch the 2019 version of myself, frozen in time, and it felt almost like I was watching a completely different person. Although I've changed since then, some things remain the same. I experienced many emotions while playing the game. It was an emotional roller coaster still today, watching it back. I cringe as I watch myself play the villain with all the patronizing insults. I regretted the melodrama in my conversations with Megan and some others. However, I also extended grace to this past version of myself who was trying his best to have fun while being authentic about his emotions. I empathized with Megan, Jackson, Sarah, and others who felt excluded and hopeless. In an all-star season, the players do not start on an even playing field. Many factors can influence gameplay, including reputation, placement in prior seasons, perceived threat level, number of social connections, and a myriad of other things. I truly believe that all 21 people had a chance to win the game, and that every person ultimately lost due to their own decisions in the game. But some people had less room for error than others. Ultimately, the resounding emotion I feel is pride. I feel this pride because of contrary to what one would expect, The pride is not rooted in my victory as a sole survivor. I feel this pride because of the personal growth I experienced during the season and afterwards. For much of my life, I'd internalized the message that I can't do it. This phrase repeated in my mind while I stood at the statue with Cooper. The frigid hours of the night turned to morning. Soon we were standing on one leg. The pain set in quickly, and for almost 2 hours, the words, "I can't do it," reverberated through my head. I can't do it. I can't do it. I gotta quit. I can't do it. And for the first time, I fought back. I told myself that I could do it. And I was beyond shocked when Cooper stepped off the statue and Brady announced that I was the winner of the challenge. I stayed in shock as I was announced as the winner of the season. And I still feel in shock even now after watching it live. I blasted through my own mental barrier and realized I was my own worst enemy. I internalized the Bible verse, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Regardless of religious belief, I truly believe all people can benefit through the wisdom of the verse. There's a lot of power in verbalizing positive things for our lives rather than just saying, "I can't do it." I did not become a professional baseball player like my grandfather or a college professor, nor did I win $1 million on CBS Survivor, at least not yet. We all traverse our own paths in life, and we're all the authors of our own stories. Survivor Michigan taught me that I should never again limit my own potential, and that's truly what I take away from all of this. Survivor Michigan is not ending. Future seasons will air, and I promise you that some of the best characters are yet to come. Some of the best stories are yet to be told. I'm excited to watch them along with you. Thank you for the support.